Hey there guys, we haven't reviewed a CPU tower cooler recently, and today we're going to have something really cool. Guys from SCYTHE sent the huge one, the FUMA 2 CPU tower cooler, and this one actually looks pretty nice with the black and gray accent color scheme, whatever. So, Case Flex 120 slim PWM fans, both two. One is in the middle of the radiators, and one is at the front. So, let's check out some stuff. What does it say? Okay, it mentions two radiators into, let's say, push-pull combination on the first radiator, and then the push combination on the second one. It has enough clearance for the RAM, so we're going to place the cooler on the X299 motherboard, which usually stands right here, but today we're going to talk about how it actually doesn't take the space for the RAMs, because it has the second radiator is completely different assembly than the first one standing. So let's stop with the nonsense, let's unbox it and check out what we got in the box. Of course, later on we're going to do the standard thermals and stuff like that. So yeah, here we go. We have one fan right here. This is a slim fan actually, SU1215FD12M something. Okay, nevertheless, let's go into details. As you can see here right now, this is the part where the RAMs have their clearance, so you can place it on basically both sides, like X299 or X399. So this is really cool. But okay, let's see what we got here. That's all there is to it. And we have something here as well. I think this is the mounting kit. Yeah. So we have the mounting kit and everything you need to have, and you even get a screwdriver, which is really handy when it comes to this kind of CPU tower coolers, because check this out. You still have clearance to actually tie up the screw on the motherboard. You have the FUMA 2 installation guide, and we have this is the splitter for the fans, of course. We have the side thermal grease. What else? Since we are going with the X299, so that is a 2066 socket, we don't need the 1151 socket, that bracket for the motherboard, since the X299 already has a bracket on the motherboard. But let's check this out. So we have here three pair of clamps that will hold the fans. So placing the first fan, the middle one, is really easy, but I do have to mention the side fans have on both sides dampening pads, so they create less distortion, less vibration, and give more silent functions. The most important thing about the cooler is, of course, the height and of course the clearance. So we have the clearance up from the processor to the tempered glass, or whatever you have on your case, is 154.5 millimeters. So 154.5 millimeters is the clearance from the CPU to the tempered glass. The height is 137 and the depth is 131 millimeters. So please do check your cases if it can fit, since we're talking about a really huge CPU tower cooler. Now we're going to install it and then we're going to run some tests. Okay, so let's continue with the testing. Now I've been playing with the Fuma 2 from SCYTHE already for about 5 days. PUBG, even though it was on very low settings, the temperatures were about 52 degrees and the load was about 25 to 30. I don't have any footage of it because I was playing with my friends, but currently I'm testing and I'm going to press record right now. So we're recording right now. So I'm stress testing this CPU with the SCYTHE FUMA 2 CPU tower cooler. This CPU is constantly on 100%. It started from 60 degrees and it's currently on 66. Yeah, 66, 67. It's not going above 67. I have 3 120mm fans on front, 2 on top as an exhaust and 1 at the back as an exhaust as well. The SCYTHE cooler is cooling currently as it is. So okay, let's check the temperatures now. 66. Okay, so it's currently holding 66 to 67, and I do have to mention it's the Intel Core i7-7820 7820X, 8 cores, 16 threads, and yeah, I don't think it will go above 67. And taking into consideration that this is a different kind of test than when you have full load in games, this is actually just stress testing the CPU, so nothing is taking any load from the CPU, just currently constantly on 100%. And you won't have a game that is actually burning your CPU like that constantly. It's always variating from 70, 80, 90 to maybe 95, 99, and that's it. It doesn't go constantly on 100%. But I'm pushing the limits just to see how the Fuma 2 is cooling. Currently we're at 67 and still the Fuma 2 is actually keeping a nice temperature on the CPU. So let me just stop it right now. So yeah, basically that is it. On idle, when it's around 3% load on the processor, you have around 35-36 Celsius degrees on the CPU when it comes to this kind of extreme CPU, but you've seen the full load is going about 67 degrees average, and gaming is around 50-55. So I think Fuma 2 is doing really nice work, and I have to say that, and even with the height adjustment, well, not adjustment, it's already adjusted, of the radiator, that actually gives you a possibility to place the CPU tower cooler on the X299 or, for instance, Intel Extreme or Threadripper motherboards. You can still place it without any problem, and I'm talking about the RAMs, so you have clearance for the RAMs. As for the Threadripper, I don't know if it's possible. Does it have here in the specification, does it doesn't support Threadripper, it just supports Intel and AMD up to AM4. So guys, this is it. This was SCYTHE FUMA 2 CPU cooler that actually looks really cool with 2 fans and all the grayish design and accent, and as you can see from the pictures up close, it takes up a nice, if you're going into RGB stuff as well, it takes up nice colors when you turn out the lights. The colors are kind of neutral and it kind of makes sense. So guys, thank you for watching. Links are below if you want to check out the prices for the SCYTHE FUMA 2 and where to buy it. Definitely check them out in the links, and that's all there is to it. See you next time guys with a new review. Thanks, bye bye.